So are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, go ahead then.
All right, what do you want to talk about?
I don't know. So this is Glen. He's back.
Again. Episode 2.
No, this is not episode 2.
This is episode 2 that I'm on. The second episode.
No.
This is like, episode 7, but this is or 8, whatever the fuck it is, but
yeah.
This is the second episode that I appear on.
Glen, you were looking good tonight, by the way. That hairdo, like, damn. Look at it. You're a goddamn silver stallion.
Jesus Christ, don't...
Whew. Like, side view. Yep.
Front view. There you go.
That's great.
Right?
Yeah, that's good. How many energy drinks you had tonight?
I just started my first one.
How many are you going to have tonight?
Just the one. I got a case of 24. I brought 4, so I got 20 left in my room. Right?
How much money did that cost you?
About $48.
Holy jeez, you're going to go home broke.
No, because I own stock in Monster, so I get dividends every once in a while, right?
So how you liking your job over at the buffer tank there?
Oh, the buffer tank fucking sucks. It's boring as fuck.
Is it?
Yeah.
Like, seriously?
Yeah, well, every few minutes you look over and you're like, oh, it's at 120, and you're like, a few seconds later, Roger, right? Or it's at 130 or whatever the fuck the number is.
Yeah.
Right, but you got to make sure that it doesn't go above 110.
Right.
Which,
right.
For the most part tonight we did, except for that one time.
That one time?
Well, yeah, it was at like 105 when I told you.
Let's talk about the car you drive, Glenn. The little go-kart you drive.
Oh, the Corolla.
Yeah, the go-kart.
What about it?
Let's talk about your go-kart.
Okay, well, it's a black Toyota Corolla hatchback rally edition.
Is it a rally edition, though?
Yeah, that's what the girlfriend tells me.
I think your girlfriend's full of shit.
I don't think she is. Actually, wait, she's not my girlfriend anymore. We got engaged.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so it's the fiancé. That's what the fiancé tells me.
Do you trust her?
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How fast does it go?
It goes, I don't know, like fucking I've had it up to like 140, 150 when passing people on the highway.
You seem like the guy that has like his hair straight back. Like hair straight back.
What do you mean?
Hair straight back? You don't know what that means?
No. Like
you're going fast, Glenn.
Well, okay, well seriously, there's been times where I'm driving it and I look down and I'm like, oh shit, I'm going 130. Right?
Hair straight back, Glenn.
I guess. And I mean,
like I could just see it now, that hair just flowing in the wind.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you wish your hair could go straight back.
Yeah, I do. I'm pretty jealous of your haircut, actually, too.
Oh, fuck off.
It's a pretty awesome haircut.
No, it's not.
So tell me about the whole you going to random places on your like in your days off and flipping a sign around.
Oh, you want to hear about my sign?
Yes.
Okay, it's not random places. There's a Royal Bank at Dawson Creek. And I try to make it every Monday, but I think this time it was on Wednesday. But I go out and I hold a sign and it says weird things at times. Like my first sign said, the end is close. Well, closer than it was yesterday.
Glenn.
What?
Hold the mic closer to your lips.
All right, well, there. Can you hear me now?
I think so, yeah.
Can they hear me?
I think so, I hope so.
All right, well, I hope the viewing audience can hear this. All right.
Continue on, Glenn.
My first sign said, the end is close. Well, closer than it was yesterday. And then I was wearing shorts with no pockets. And I have a hoodie with no pockets. So that gave me an idea to make a sign that says, I need pockets. And that's what I was wearing, with shit with no pockets.
You had a sign that said, I need pockets.
Yeah, because I was wearing stuff that had no pockets. Right? And people were asking me about it. And I'm like, well, as you can see, I'm wearing stuff that has no pockets, right? And I was like a 3-week thing. And this one chick drove by. She's like, what are pockets? And that fucking perplexed me, because it's like, what the fuck don't you understand about the words? Right? And then on the 4th week, after those 3 weeks, the next week I wore a suit that I found at a thrift store for $50. And I had a sign that said, finally I have some pockets. Right? Which was hilarious. Then those were on cardboard signs. Right? And then I finally got like a whiteboard.
Glenn, how old are you?
Old.
How old is old Glenn?
44.
Holy shit.
Right, but then I had a whiteboard that you can stick magnetic letters on. So one week I had magnetic letters that said I lost my marker, right? And my girlfriend was standing beside me with a sign that said, "Shh, I stole his marker." So, I do that because it's fucked up,
Glenn, that's definitely fucked up.
Right, but it's a funny way for people to start the work week, right? Give them a laugh.
So you're out there on a Monday morning, just fucking with people's heads.
Yeah, for the most part. One time I had a sign that said only you can prevent zombie bites.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when the police finally stopped and came and talked to me. They're like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'm like, "It's my day off."
I wonder why the cops come and talk to you, Glenn.
Well, that's the only time they've ever done it. And I've been standing on street corners. Like, by that time I had been standing on the same street corner every Monday for at least 10 weeks. Right?
How long have you had that haircut, Glenn?
Fucking a while. About 7 months, 6 months.
Does your fiance have the same hairdo?
No. Her hair's short.
Oh.
But the sides are shaved.
So the same haircut?
Kinda, I guess.
You guys are like little twins.
No.
Out there with signs.
Jesus Christ. Anyway. But yeah, it was like, I was standing there for like 10 weeks with different signs. Some of them are...
Okay, good, Glenn. What else do you do besides fucking with people with signs on a corner, doing random shit with signs? What else do you do? You must have some other hobby.
On my day off, I like to... on my days off, I like to smoke dope, play video games, hold signs.
You seem like a smoking dope, playing video games kind of guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because I'm fat.
Right.
Right. And then...
so no one's going to kidnap you?
I hope not, because fat people are hard to kidnap.
Right, so you're definitely not getting kidnapped, Glenn.
No,
you're definitely not going in a trunk.
I'm only about 140
on your accord, like someone's gonna
pounds, so.
Right.
So I'm not that fat. I mean, they could probably, if they stick a gun in my ribs, obviously I'm going to go with them.
Right.
But
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Gump.
It's always a pleasure, having you on here.
Well, what do you mean always a pleasure? This is the second time I've been on here. And the first time wasn't very pleasurable. I mean, I'm still waiting for that hand.
No, I woke you up. You're kind of out of it. You didn't even know where you were, I don't think. Like, you woke up, you're like, oh, yeah, no, yeah.
What's going on?
Pretty much.
And this time I'm awake and I'm actually talking.
Do you even know what we do out here?
Yeah, we fuck around with water. We either fill the buffer or...
Where's the water go, though, Glenn? Like, do you even know where it goes?
I'm guessing it goes in the ground, right? It gets mixed with sand, and then it gets pumped down into the hole that we're fracking, I guess. And then they
hydraulic fracturing is what it's called.
All right, well, still, I don't give a fuck what it's called. But we either pump the water into the hole, or they pump the water into the hole, or else they send it back to us. And then we send it back into this thing called the C-ring, which is...
Okay, Glenn, not enough about that.
Hold on. I'd like to say that the C-ring has upwards of 10 liters, if not more, of water in it. Like, there's got to be at least 10 liters in there. At least 10. Like, I did the math.
Can you say that with a straight face? There's 10 liters in the C-ring?
Well, I said at least 10, right?
Did you, though? Yeah.
There could be more.
Okay.
Right? There probably is more. There's, God knows
how much is in that buffer tank, then, do you think?
Okay, so right now I think there's about 130 cubes.
Mm-hmm.
A cube is 1,000 liters, so about 130,000 liters. So that's definitely more than 10. But, to be on the safe side...
Definitely more than 10.
You undershoot it to be on the safe side, so you say 2 to 10 liters, right? But obviously there's way more than that.
Yeah.
I did the math, I think, once, and there's like... what was it? Like 1 billion and 200 million milliliters
Glenn, is that smoke coming out of your ear?
No, but I can't remember the number. But
just checking.
I was wondering how many milliliters were in that C-ring, because it's a lot of fucking water.
Let's talk about you feeding people.
Feeding people?
Like feeding people potatoes.
What is it with you and potatoes? If you were a potato, what kind of potato would you be? Now, one guy's like, I'd be a russet potato. And the other guy was like, I'd be a baby potato.
Glenn, it's a serious question.
Yeah, so I gave it some thought, because I knew this question was coming. And because I like to smoke the weed, I guess I'd be a baked potato.
Nailed it.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
A baked russet potato?
Well, I don't know. Just a baked potato.
Like the one you dig into, you put your cheese, you put your bacon bits and your
sour
onions,
cream
and then
and
you
whatnot.
stuff your face with it?
I guess, but I mean, you can do that with any potato. It doesn't
Okay.
have to be a russet potato,
No.
right? So,
No, that's very true. Okay, so but back to what you used to do,
right,
feeding people food.
right. I was a cook, and it sucked. Got paid $17.50 an hour. Made about, I'd like to say, 12 to 1300 every 2 weeks. So I make a bit more doing this. I'm not going to tell you how much more.
Is it a secret, Glenn?
No, it's like
Is it though a secret?
it's like $6 or $7 more every
Oh.
2 weeks than what I was.
Wow, look at you're doing math again.
Right, so
Holy
I'm well off.
Okay, copy that. Well
I'm
off.
I'm making those big bucks.
Yeah, big oil patch dollars.
That
Dirty oil
dirty
money.
fucking money. That's right.
You're also ruining the environment. Don't forget that. You're
Well,
ruining the environment.
I don't know if I myself am ruining the environment.
No, you're definitely part of it, though.
Well, I guess
I wouldn't say you are, but you're definitely
I'm
part
playing
of
a small part in
it. You're
ruining
playing
the
definitely a
environment.
part in it. You're a cog.
then-
You're a cog in the wheel, Glenn.
That's right. We're all just cogs in the wheel.
So where was this? This was in where?
What, cooking?
Yeah.
There's this diner outside of Dawson Creek called the Roadhouse. It's about 15
No. Before this, like before when you're feeding people food.
Oh, when I was delivering food at a hospital as a dietary aide. Okay, yeah, I did that up in the Northwest Territories, in a small town.
How was that?
It was okay. I mean, you've seen shit that you didn't want to see every once in a while.
What did you not want to see?
Okay, so there was this guy who had this tube in his abdomen just above where his dick would be, and he was sitting on the edge of the bed like this, squeezing it and draining it off into a fucking trash can, right?
Yeah, show us all how that was done. You did pretty good there with
Fuck you. Anyway, I didn't want to see that, but I saw that. There's some smells that you don't want to smell, right? Fucking just thinking about it makes me want to gag.
Glenn, show us your gag face.
No, I'm not going to show you my gag
Glenn.
face. No.
Show us your gag face, right?
No.
Do it, Glenn.
No.
Glenn, show
Although
everybody
I do
your
wish
gag
we had a
face.
paper coffee cup laying around so I could,
I think that's for another episode, Glenn.
that is for another episode. Same thing with eating a muffin in one bite.
Right. Yeah, so that's... It'd be hard to cover all your weird shit in one
it would
episode.
be. Just like missing half a toe.
Right.
And we'll discuss that on the third episode that I appear in.
What, Glenn, what's your favorite food?
Either hamburgers or pizza.
You gotta pick one, Glenn. You can't have
say
two.
Pizza.
Okay. What kind of pizza?
Well, it doesn't matter.
You're a meat lovers kind of guy. You like the meat.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Why you gotta go there? No, the house special or the
Glenn
deluxe or
likes
whatever
the meat.
people call it, where they throw like green peppers and onions onto the meat. That's not bad either.
Onto the meat, Glenn.
But I like pizza because you can put anything on a pizza.
I don't know about anything.
Well, almost anything.
Will you put potatoes on it?
You could.
You put potatoes on it?
You could. I didn't say that I did, but I'm saying that you could.
Oh, okay.
Right.
All right.
Right. And that's why I like pizzas because I worked at a pizza place for like 2.5 years, and I think I ate pizza almost every day.
Which pizza place was that?
It was called Western Pizza. It's in Saskatchewan.
Okay, where do you think the world is going? Where do you think the world's going right now?
Well, I'd like to say...
What was that, Glenn? Were you going to have a hiccup?
Well, I was going to sigh, but then I had phlegm come up, and I'm like, oh, shit, I have to stop. I'd like to say that the world's going to hell in a handbasket, but with all these fucking snowflakes and shit, and these people that use pronouns like they, them.
Does that weird you out?
It's fucked.
Like, what do you identify as, Glenn?
You
can identify as something.
Well, if I was schizophrenic or if I had multiple personality disorder, I would definitely identify as they, them. But because I don't, as far as I know, or at least I keep them all under control, I identify as he, him.
He, him.
Right, like a male. I'm
Glenn,
a guy.
the he, him.
I'm a guy, so it's...
You're a guy.
He, him. I don't understand those people that are like, oh, it's just me, so call me they.
What about the LGBTQ A plus thing. What do you think about
I
that?
think there's a 2 in there somewhere too.
No, I think it's just a 1. I think there's a 1. I think there's a 2 yet. They might bring a 2 in later, but right now it's a 1.
Should we Google that? The LGBT, like, that's another thing that pisses me
You
off.
can't even say the whole thing, can you, Glenn?
Well, it's LGBTQ.
Yeah, Q.
And then a bunch of other shit, like another
Yeah, you're right.
4 or 5 different fucking characters. That's like, okay, there's 2 things I hate about that community. One, they keep adding shit to the fucking acronym, right? It's like, no, just leave it at LGBTQ, like, and we'd all understand. Okay, it's under that one.
So
fucking
you'd be
umbrella.
okay with that though? That wouldn't mess with you.
No, but the fact that they keep adding to it, and then they expect you to like fucking say it a specific way, because I know that there's a number 2 in there, and maybe the @ symbol and the pound sign, which is hashtag to the kids.
So what do
nowadays.
you identify as? Did you tell me that?
Yeah, I'm a male. I identify
No. What
as
do you gotta identify as something. You can't identify just as a male. You gotta identify as something.
I identify as a white cisgender straight male.
I identify as a toaster.
Okay.
I toast bread.
All right. With a lighter?
And you, what were you? A what?
A lighter?
A lighter?
Yeah, like a Bic. You just hold the bread. And you...
Oh, so you're a lighter.
No, I'm just saying, like, you're like, I identify as a toaster and I toast bread. Well, how do you do it?
You put the bread in me and then I go real hot and then you get toast.
Oh, Jesus. Stick the bread right up your ass, I guess. It's the only way.
So what do you identify as? I identify as a toaster. I toast bread. Make toast. What do you do?
I identify as a stoner.
No, you gotta identify as something, Glenn. Come on, man. You can.
I identify as a marijuana pipe.
Oh, okay. There you go.
All right. And
So you get
the
people
other
high.
thing I dislike about the LGBTQ community is when they have their pride parades, you got guys wearing banana hammocks and shit like that and fucking prancing around. And it's like, there's kids at the parade. You don't need a fucking 6-year-old asking, Mom, why does that guy have a tail coming out of his ass? Right? And it's like...
a little weird, yeah, I guess.
Right, and it's like, okay, I get it. You're supposed to be, gay and all this shit, but fucking don't do that in front of the 6-year-olds.
Oh, God, hang on, Glenn. There's someone coming.
Oh. And we're live? Are we live?
You did math, Glenn. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, did you unpause?
Yeah, I can see your face.
Because there was some guy coming.
Right now?
Well, no, but there was some guy coming after we were talking about pride parades.
Oh. Right.
No.
So what else do you do besides
smoke weed and play video games?
Yeah, and move a sign around like a weirdo.
I don't move it, I just hold it.
I know, okay, whatever, anyway.
Me and the fiance, every once in a while, we go to Grand Prairie, go shopping.
That's a hobby, shopping?
We collect records.
Oh, okay.
And movies.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I've got over 100 Blu-rays. I stopped counting at 100. It sucks.
Okay.
I spent way too much money on fucking movies.
Yeah, join the club.
Right.
Well,
I used to join the club, the Columbia House. Remember Columbia House?
Yes.
Where they were like, 12 CDs for a penny, and then...
I think so. Do you remember the billboards? Was it the Billboard Top Hits? You get like the whole package deal? No.
No, I don't remember that.
You get all the songs, like on certain discs, like the Billboard Top, whatever, of the 80s or whatever, and they give you like songs.
No, I've never seen those CDs. Remember Big Shiny Tunes?
Yes, of course I remember Big Shiny Tunes.
Well, yeah, okay. Do the kids remember Big Shiny Tunes?
No, that was like an early 2000s.
1998 and whatnot.
There you go. How old are you again, Glenn?
44.
Oh, you shit, you're old.
Right.
You remember Big Shiny Tunes? Well, Now? Remember the one?
Yeah,
Now?
I remember that. That was like
Big Shiny Tunes. There was
Big Shiny Tunes was good. Now was more like Spice Girls and Backstreet Boys and
then there was another one. Was there not? There was another one.
I can't remember if there was. I know they might have had a country one.
You know what you make me. I realized something.
Spit it out. What?
You would watch Teletubbies, don't you?
No.
Oh, Barney and Friends.
No.
Really?
Really?
You definitely watch Barney and Friends.
No, Thomas the Tank Engine.
Oh, Thomas the Tank Engine.
Fucking hell. I remember one time my oldest son, when he was younger, he was just obsessed with Thomas the Tank Engine.
Okay, hang on. I got pause, Glenn.
Oh, Jesus. All right. Tell me when you unpause.
Okay, so who's your favorite person to work with?
Myself.
Well, that doesn't work, Glenn.
It does.
How does that work, working
Well,
with yourself?
I like working with myself. I'm in the truck watching a fucking buffer tank all by myself, right? So, I mean, I can't really have a favorite because I know a lot of the people at work watch these videos. So if I don't mention them, they're going to be a little pissed off, and I don't want to have heat with the boys, if you know what I'm saying.
Glenn, you can just tell the people who your favorite person to work with is. It's not like you're gonna get like
myself, me
get
and my
raped
voices.
or kidnapped. You just say who's your favorite person to work with.
Me.
Glenn, it doesn't work like that.
It does work like that because, like I said,
Glenn, it doesn't.
I don't want to get any heat with the boys, so I'm just going to say
You don't want
myself.
to get any heat with the boys.
You don't know that though, right?
You always have a favorite person, Glenn.
Because if I don't say Dale, Dale's going to get pissed off, and I don't say Wellesley.
Deadhead Dale. You like working with Deadhead Dale?
No, but
then
well, I'm not saying that, but
who do you like working with then?
Wellesley's pretty fun. You're okay.
Of course, I'm
except
okay.
for when you start talking,
right? No one wants to hear me talk.
You ask stupid questions.
Right.
Like, hey, if you were a potato, what kind of potato would you be?
It's a legit question.
Okay, fine then. If you were a potato, what kind of potato would you be?
I'd be a red potato.
A red one?
Yes.
So you'd be a communist potato?
Sure.
You fucking cocksucker.
Communist potato.
Well,
I'd be a red potato. It's an easy question. I like red potato.
Why?
I like them. They're good.
Why has it got to be red?
They're yummy.
That's racist.
Kind of. I'm not racist. I got all kind of color potatoes.
Really?
I got white. I got red. Got the black one.
Really?
Or I guess they're dark purple.
If you got a black potato, I'd think you'd throw that one out.
Yeah, you would think so.
It's rotten, and that's racist.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to eat the black ones.
Right.
Kind of like jelly.
So what town? Where did you grow up, Glenn?
I was born in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. Lived there for 10 years. Moved to Regina. Lived there for about another 15, roughly, give or take.
Yeah.
I spent some time in like Melfort, Saskatchewan, Indian Head. That's a town east of Regina.
And what was the reason you ended up in Dawson? How'd you end up in Dawson Creek?
Okay, first of all, we're just going to gloss over the 18 years I spent in the NWT.
Yeah.
All right.
The NWT.
Right, Northwest Territories. Jesus Christ. Remember when it was just the Yukon and the Northwest Territories and none of it wasn't a thing? And then all of a sudden, none of it became a thing?
Glenn.
How did I end up in Dawson?
Still waiting for that gag face.
God damn.
Do it.
I don't want to do it.
Glenn.
I don't want to do it.
Telling me you don't want to do it means that you can do it.
I can do it, but I don't want to do it. Because it's disgusting. How did I end up in Dawson? All right.
How'd you been Dawson?
I was on this dating app one day while I was living up north and swiped right on someone. Said it was a match. They messaged me, so then we started talking, and then fucking one thing led to another, and I ended up moving to Dawson. Dawson Creek, that is. Not the TV show. It's an actual city. It's where the Mile Zero post for the Alaskan Highway is.
So you see lots of tourists.
Lots of tourists in the summer.
So you're out with that sign at tourist season.
Yeah, but the tourists are like a couple of blocks away. Although I do want to ask a tourist one day where they're from, and when they say somewhere in the States, tell them, fuck off, eh? Just because Canadians have...
Have you ever been to the States, Glenn?
A few times.
Where have you been?
Montana and Florida.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Florida for all of like an hour.
Oh.
Right? And you're like, how the hell does that work? Well, maybe a little more than an hour, but when I was 16, I went on a trip to the Caribbean. Fucking San Juan, Puerto Rico, St. Thomas, and St. Martin, I think it was. So I was only in Florida from like the time that you got off the plane, onto the bus, drive down to the fucking ship, onto the ship, and then you fuck off, right? So I was technically in Florida, but I didn't actually go sightseeing in Florida.
Okay, well, where else, Glenn, other than Florida? Where else?
Montana.
Right, that's
Some
it.
shit town in Montana in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. Yeah.
How many siblings you got?
Enough.
How much is enough?
Enough. I'm not going to talk about my siblings.
Just gotta give us the number,
Jesus
Glenn.
Christ.
Just
okay.
the number.
So I got 2 step siblings.
Here we go.
And they fucking suck. And then I've got 3 siblings. Well, 2 regular siblings, 1 half sibling.
Interesting.
Right. Because my mom had a kid with another guy. you know.
How many kids, Glenn, did you reproduce? Do you have...
I have 2 kids. Each kid has their
Oh,
own
dear.
mother. Right?
Different mother.
Yep.
Of course.
And then my oldest son, he's got 2 siblings. Well, 2 siblings besides his younger
Hey,
brother.
Glenn, you ever watch that movie, Idiocracy?
No. I don't think I have, actually.
You should probably watch that movie, Glenn.
Anyway, so
Anyway.
my oldest son's mom has 3 kids. Each kid has a different dad. My youngest son's mom only has the 1 kid, but she's with a guy that has a kid that's roughly the same age as my kid. Right? And eventually they'll have a kid, which is cool.
Glenn, you having kids scares me.
Why?
It really scares me.
Well, it's a good thing you don't have kids.
That's probably for the best, but you having kids scares me.
My girlfriend has 5 kids.
That's even more scary.
Yeah. 4 baby daddies, 5 kids.
Jesus Christ.
Right? I guess she found one that she could stick around with and have more than 1 kid with.
Huh. That's convenient, I guess. Is that convenient?
Well, they were married for 20 years. So
Oh, yeah.
it's
Okay.
bound to happen.
All right. Well,
Although the youngest was an accident, from what I hear.
no, it's called an oops.
Yeah, well, still.
So you had 2 whoopsies.
Well, no, she did.
What do you
She
mean
had-
she did? You
She had a
did.
whoopsie, which was the youngest. No, the 2 kids that I had,
You had 2 whoopsies.
that I have, were planned.
You sure, they weren't oopsies?
No, they weren't oopsies.
One wasn't supposed to be a blowjob, the other one anal?
No. Jesus Christ.
Alright.
Fucking blow a load into a chick's mouth right away. She's like,
Gross, Glenn. On that note,
Shit, I'm
okay, well, we're going to end it on that note.
why?
Because that's good. I got enough. I got
All
enough.
right, all
I got
right.
enough.
Let's see how many likes this one gets.
If anybody even watches it. Okay, bye, Glenn.